We all came from somewhere. There will be probably some pockets of people who can say they are originally from there, but most of us, we came from somewhere. And we fixed ourselves in this part of the world. And of course now it belongs to us, as it would belong. I mean, Africa belongs to all of us. But we all, what I want to say is that most of us, we are migrants. And that is very important. To say we all, in the past, we are migrants. We came from somewhere. We were accepted, we were embraced in this region, but we are migrants. This is one point. The second one is that along history, at least in the 100 years back, if you like, there has been these movements of people from one country to the other, which has allowed us to get diluted. And we have taken, let me say, South African identity, we have taken Zambian identity, we have taken Mozambican identity. But 100 years back, our parents, our forefathers came from somewhere else. So it is basically, it is a fiction for us to say that, you know, I am Mozambican and I'm not South African, or I am Zambian, I'm not Zimbabwean, and I am Malawian and I'm not Zambian. It's relatively, you know, a fiction. Let me give you an example of a family name which for me has represented a little bit. Just in a short period of time, I have been meeting different Moyos. They call them, they are Moyo, okay? They are Moyos here in South Africa who have a South African ID. They are Moyos who have Zimbabwean ID. They are Moyos who have Zambian ID. They are Moyos who have Malawian ID. And they are Moyos who have Mozambican ID. So for goodness sake, can you tell me, who is who here? So who is South African, who is Zambian, who is Mozambican? I'm just giving a very, very concrete example. I'm using the Moyos because in recent times it was just a pure coincidence that I've been working with different Moyos, but they all come from different countries. So I said that's a good example because I can prove. Second thing, in this country, South Africa, people from Mozambique have come here since the time, I mean, the development of the mining industry. People from Mozambique, mostly from Malawi, even from Zambia. They came here and they have been coming. They have been working here. My own father worked here in the mines in South Africa. Many of them, of those Mozambicans, they died here. Many of them, they took South African IDs. So today, they do have a South African ID, but they are Mozambicans. Clearly. I don't know whether I can mention names here, if you like. But maybe without mentioning names, because I don't want to embarrass anybody. But I just want to tell you that you have ministers, as I speak, you have ministers of this republic who are Mozambicans. Which means his father, I'm not saying his grandfather, I'm saying his father is Mozambican. And they go and visit Mozambique during Christmas to reconnect with their ancestors. And they are, I mean, they're conscious enough. In recent years, they try to find, where do we come from? And they go and they identify where their grandfathers are buried, but they're living here. I mean, you can say they come from KwaZulu-Natal, you say they come from Gauteng, etc., but they are Mozambicans. You see? But we do also have Mozambicans. I can use my own case. When I want to trace my own lineage, where I come from, I'm a Simbini, I'm called the Simbini. Simbini, it's not an ethnic group which was originated in Mozambique. It came from here, and then we moved because we're close to the sea, we have nowhere to go more, and we stayed there. But we are Simbinis, we are Africans, we are Mozambicans, but we came from here. And then they say, of course not, we didn't come from here, we came from Central Africa. You see what I mean? So this question of identity, in a short, sighted way, it is, in my understanding, is that it shows lack of knowledge, which leads you to have understanding. If you know, you'll understand. If you understand, then your attitude towards others will be definitely different, because you understand who you are and who they are. So for me, the first message of this xenophobia, it was that our people lack that knowledge and they lack the understanding of our common origin, of how we have this mixed, blood mixing, really. It's not just mixed that we live next to each other. Our blood is mixed. And this common history, you can say it's a politics. No. I'm talking of really history, and I'm talking of a common origin. This is the first message. The second message which came out of that, in my understanding also, is that poverty, deprivation, when you are deprived of the very simple and very basic possibility of having bread, of having shelter, of having clean water to drink. This very, very basic thing. That level of poverty can dehumanize the most generous and the most soft heart of a human being. You simply become, our animal instinct comes in, and it's a question of survival. And you say, either you or me. And it's simply because people have been pushed to a level of despair where there's no morals, there's no value system, there's nothing else. It's a question of, say, either me or you. And that's the level of poverty we have pushed our own people to be. And that's why, in a pure, simply pure